Hello everyone, Jay Middleton, Technical Seed Agronomist with Winfield United Seed. I'm here today at the Greenfield, Tennessee answer plot. This is the hybrid showcase, and this corn was planted the 4th of June. So we're going to take this opportunity to look at these hybrids individually and their plant health, and specifically their resistance or tolerance to southern rust with a late planting date. So this one right here is 5678, big volume product. Move a lot of this product, and it would probably be moderate on southern rust. You can see this is the first row here, the second row that it's got a little bit. There's going to be some that are worse, and there's going to be some that are better, but it's a moderate response to fungicide, you know, in the absence of disease, but also it's going to benefit from a fungicide specifically for southern rust. You can see there's some on the stalk, but there's going to be worse and there's going to be better. So 5570, kind of a tough acre play, but this male we believe is giving us some tolerance here. We would probably call this one a moderate again. You can see there's some on this leaf, but you've got to remember southern rust is so aggressive, and you know, it just repopulates so fast. Some on the stalk. I think it's not gonna be bad enough to make it lay down, but again, probably a moderate on southern rust that a fungicide would help with this product. The next product is 5550. Have a little bit of this one out this year, but this is going to be one we're really looking at going forward. Overall, good late season health. Southern rust again is a moderate. It's got a little bit on the stalk, some on the leaf, but overall the plant health's pretty good on this product, and it's moderate on southern rust. A fungicide would help hold it off, and this is a moderate response to fungicide as well. So on this side here, I've got the new product 6599 Tricepta, and the Bayer guy was telling us that this one actually has some resistance in the male and also some tolerance in the female. So you can see here with southern rust, there is some lesions on the leaf, but it's very, very tolerant to southern rust. This is 6595, and you can see it's probably more of a moderate on southern rust. It's definitely got more than the 6599, and it looks like a fungicide would benefit 6595. Got some a little bit started on the stalk, not bad. 5370, again probably a moderate on southern rust. It's definitely getting some. It's got some started on the stalk. Overall though, this is a very healthy hybrid late. The stalks and the intactness is going to hold up, but the southern rust is again so aggressive that even this really healthy product is gonna struggle to fight it off. Planted in June and no fungicide. 5340, you can tell it's just southern rust is smoking it. Again, late planted corn, southern rust got on it early, and this is just really wilting from southern rust. Most of the time planted early, I think it's going to yield through it. Here it's, you know, this corn's close to black layer. This is really going to take the top end, you know, probably 40 to 60 bushels off of this sucker. 5335, probably next to the, this is probably one of the better ones on southern rust, maybe just a little better than 5370. There's not much on the stalk, maybe just a little. Again, this is heavy pressure, no fungicide, June planted corn, and this one is holding up pretty nice. 5115, this product, 111 day. Mostly it's probably a moderate on southern rust. There's some on the stalk. Not as bad as 5340, but it still looks like fungicide would greatly help it against southern rust. 5073, this one is getting a pretty good dose of southern rust. It's got some on the stalks, it's got quite a bit on the leaves, and you can tell that next to 5340, this one is probably the next worst as far as tolerance to southern rust. Which goes right along with this one. We recommend a fungicide in general, and a fungicide would greatly help this one in the presence of southern rust. 4997, again, getting a pretty good dose of southern rust. It's got it on the stalk started. It's killed it way on up into the canopy. You can tell just the leaves are crispy. And so 5340, 4997, and 5073 are all not very susceptible, but susceptible, and this is very high pressure plot. X20114A, this product has looked very good, so we're interested to see it here in this high southern rust pressure. You can see this 4997 in this row right here is getting it pretty good, and this experimental here is a little better. It would still, a fungicide would greatly benefit it. It's got some on the stalk, not severe, but it does have it on the stalk, and it's moving up in the canopy as well. Overall, it's pretty good. X20115A. This is a Smart Stacks product. We've got our eye on this one possibly going forward. Here in a heavy southern rust pressure, you can tell it's getting a good dose of southern rust, and we also think there's some other things going on to help finish it off, but it does have some susceptibility to southern rust in this heavy pressure. X20116A. This product again is getting a pretty good dose of southern rust here in Greenfield with lots of pressure, late planted. You can see some on the stalk. You can see it's pretty high up in the canopy. So it's just a fungicide would help this, and an earlier planting date would obviously help this too, because it's getting a lot of southern rust. X19108A, for a 108-day product. This one actually looks pretty good on southern rust. Actually, in general, it's pretty good late season health up until the very end, but for 108 day, it holds together pretty nicely, and there is some southern rust on the stalk, but overall, it's one of the better ones as far as tolerance to southern rust. X20109A, you can see here that it does not like southern rust. It's gotten it good enough to kill it and finish it off, and it's just not going to do well here because of the southern rust pressure. X19112A, pretty good on southern rust. It's got a little dose of it, but this product, we're going to compare it to another 112, and this one is going to be a little worse, a little less health than the next one, but overall it's still got some stay green, and this one is a Smart Stacks as well, so got a little on the stalk, but not too bad really. So this next one is the double. Here's the divide right here. X19112A, this is the Double Pro version, and you can see that southern rust is working on it, but it's not as bad as some that we've looked at today in this high heavy pressure. It does have some on the stalk, and it's moving up in the canopy. but it does still have some green and is holding on. X19112B. This one here has overall more health than what the 19112A has. And here it would seem to be true that it has a little better rust tolerance as well. More green in the upper canopy. Still some rust on the stalk and obviously on the leaf, but this is in a heavy pressure environment.
We're here at the Greenfield, Tennessee answer plot, and notice a lot of heavy southern rust pressure. This plot was planted June 4th of 2020, so a late planted field. We got pivot irrigated, and this plot traditionally has a lot of southern rust pressure. So I want to take a few seconds to highlight the fungicide demo. You know, this is the hybrid planted here is cropland 5789. And 5789 has a good plant health package to it. It's not overly susceptible to southern rust anyway. But as I pan down from one side of the demo to the other, you know, we go 4997 down here, which is dead of southern rust. Then we go through the various treatments where Darren Holder, our agronomist, has sprayed fungicide early and some late. But we get right here in the fungicide block. We just noticed that the rust completely falls off. You know, we still gonna have a little southern rust, but again, this is a very high pressure environment. We have hybrids that are completely dead. This hybrid is still holding on with this fungicide package and putting the starch in that ear. So great demo on fungicide, what fungicides bring to you over a non-fungicide, especially what southern rust pressure can do to you. And just the benefit of a fungicide for southern rust.